All in all, positive. There was a little mishap in right field, not ideal, but he hit two balls right on the screws, and ultimately that's what he's here for. We have a situation where their defense continues to let them down. It just, you got to be better than that. You got to find a way to win some of the close games. They're not doing that. I totally agree with what Alex Cora decided to argue in that, what was it, the 10th or the 11th inning there? 10th inning when obviously that was a poor call by the umpire. Now, I don't know whether or not Zach Kelly should have gotten that strikeout call. Obviously, when you walk off the mound, that doesn't help. It looked like it caught the corner of the plate. I know the tracker said it might have been outside, but did it not graze over the front part of that plate? I thought it did. But the pitch that Cora was arguing that the Red Sox got called out on was low. And you can see that clear as day from the dugout. That was low. Bad call. That run should have come in. But hemming and hawing over things like that, it's just not worth it. The Red Sox once again find a way to lose a close game. Despite scoring 8 runs, they lose a close game. So this is a problem. And I stand by what I said pregame. I just don't think Roman Anthony is enough to turn this organization around. As promising as he'll be, and you look at the lineup, you look at the talent is there. But the talent has been there for a lot of professional sports teams that didn't come close to getting to where they wanted to go. And that's the big problem with this team. If you're coming back from the game and want to give us a call, 617-779-0985. I'm excited, and I'm rooting for Roman Anthony. I'm rooting for all 3 of them. All the kids. This is what we've been waiting for since the Hyatt Bloom era, and now before that. I don't know. Been waiting for them all to be here. I just don't think it's enough. Roman Anthony looked the part tonight offensively. Didn't look it in right field. I don't know what was going on there with that ball he let get by him. I understand there might have been some rain. It might have been a little slick. That ball can skip a little bit when it's hit hard on the grass that's wet. But, what are we doing? He's never seen that before. He's never been in that situation before. Get in front of it. Take a knee. Make sure it doesn't get by you, especially when you go. It's a ground ball basically on your forehand. You weren't sprinting, running, trying to backhand it. You just stop the ball. Pathetic, really. And we all knew he wasn't the best outfielder, but that can't happen. That's got to be made. That's a play that's got to be made. So, Roman Anthony, all in all, I'll take 2 piss missiles. But that, again, I think tonight, honestly, was a good representation of what I was saying before the game. He might give you a spark. It's a nice thing. It's a nice opportunity to see him play and give you a little something. But ultimately, there are too many things, too many problems that this team has for one 21-year-old prospect to come up and fix and solve. So, I'm not excited that he's up there. It's more interesting. He's a great hitter. I want to watch great hitters hit. I'm just saying you need more than that. You need more than a talented roster where you can fill up a lineup card and say, ooh, we got talent everywhere. That's not how it works. We've seen too many baseball teams with loads of talent fail. And the Red Sox are way, way far away from where they ever wanted to be. Way far away. Errors, pitching, culture, leadership. They're just too far away that we bring up one kid. That's not enough. 617-779-0985. Mark Dondero, we're here till midnight. Joe Murray Show, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Roman Anthony made his debut for the Sox tonight in what was unfortunately a 10-8 extra inning loss in 11 innings to be specific to the Tampa Bay Rays. Boston went 4 for 23 with runners in scoring position. going back when the team was good. When you actually had players and a squad giving a prospect a standing ovation for his first at bat. Nobody cared about a prospect back then. The team was good. The team had stars. They had players. Now we're giving prospects standing ovations because that's the hope that we have, that this 121-year-old is going to save the franchise with 4 World Series titles since 2004. It's a sad scene. It's disappointing. I mean, 4 for 23 with runners in scoring position. They need new energy. They need new energy. How many times am I going to have to continue to hear Alex Cora make a comment and then say right at the end? I hate when people do that. Hate it. People in the media do it. I can't stand it. You sound like you have no idea what you want to say. We got to play better, right? I mean, they got to be better, right? Yeah, right. That's why you said it. I don't want to hear you say right. God, I hate that. We know what you need to do. You're not doing it. And guess what? You've been trying to fix things for 3 years. They're not getting fixed. They're not getting fixed. I mean, I'm sorry. The Red Sox 2 errors again tonight. Marcelo Meyer. I mean, look, they're young kids. The young kids. They got the bats. I get it. We want them up here. But to be honest with you, between Marcelo Meyer and Roman Anthony, those are 2 of the most embarrassing defensive plays that I've seen all year long. In a long time. Both of them. Oh, a sky-high pop-up in the infield. Meyer comes running in. I don't know if the catcher was calling it and then he thought he could call him off late. He comes running in like a chicken with his head cut off, one arm flailing around. His body is in foul territory, and he's reaching back into fair territory to try to make the catch. And then ball drops. I mean, embarrassing. This is a major league top prospect. Embarrassing. And then what do you want me to say about the Anthony thing in right field? I mean, not even close. That was a joke, too. It's like he's probably nervous. Whatever, he doesn't play right field. But that's a ball that's on the ground. I mean, there's no bad hops at Fenway Park in the outfield. Lazy reaching with the glove on his forehand side, and it gets by him for a triple. I mean, what is going on? Those are 2 of the worst defensive plays you will see. I played 4 years of college baseball. Okay? Now, I'm not comparing myself to them, but I'm saying I watched my teammates play 4 years of college baseball while I was out there with them. I never saw plays that bad in 4 years. Honestly. The third baseman, Jay Alexander, wasn't running in foul territory and then reaching back in fair territory like he's like, what? I don't ever remember a ball going by a right fielder like that. I don't ever remember it happening. Not like that. And there were plenty of balls that were hit hard into right field and they skipped around. And I just don't remember it. I mean, those are bad plays. Those aren't major league level plays. I'm going to forgive them because they're great. They can hit the ball way better than anybody I've ever seen in person. And they're elite MLB prospects. I get that. But this team sucks defensively. They have for 3 years now, and it's not getting any better. And Alex Cora can talk about how it needs to get better, but it's not getting better. It's not getting any better, and that's where we are. So if you think that Roman Anthony is going to come up at 21 and be the agent of change that this team needs, you're just joking. You're kidding yourself. It's not going to happen. He could be a small piece that could turn into a bigger piece as the years go by. Years. And if other things that need to change, then he could become a focal point and become a big piece. It's not going to happen now. We know nothing about his makeup. We know nothing about his mental toughness, fortitude, any of those things. What we do know is that this team doesn't know how to win. This team has problems with leadership. This team has problems all across the board, starting with ownership. They're undisciplined at times. They can't get better. And they don't have a knack for winning close games. The Celtics don't have a knack for winning close games, but at least they're elite talent and they're nasty in every other way for the most part. This team's not that. They're not elite in every other way. Basketball is different than baseball, where one guy or a couple of all NBA players or all league players can carry you. Baseball doesn't work that way. Rafael Devers can't hit the broadside of a barn. Rafael Devers is the best hitter in baseball. The swing is a weird, living, breathing organism. You never know what it's going to do. And you can't just rely on that every time, even if you're one of the top players in the game, top hitters in the game. 617-779-0985 if you want to get a word in. I just think it's bigger than Roman Anthony. That's all. Sorry. I wish it wasn't. I wish he could come in and single-handedly be LeBron James and turn around the organization. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Even in basketball, it doesn't happen. You need multiple players for that to happen. Jason Tatum wasn't turning around the Celtics. Jaylen Brown wasn't turning around the Celtics. Both of them together turned around the Celtics. And they still have all kinds of issues and have had issues. Okay, so that's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying about this Red Sox team. They need more. They need more. It starts from the top. You need more. You need to make difficult decisions. You need change. Energy needs to change. Philosophy needs to change. Analytics need to take a hike, pal. Take a hike. And then maybe they can eventually start to turn it back around and become a contender year in and year out like they used to be. They used to be. Anthony looks the part at the bat, at the plate. I'm excited. That makes me intrigued. That intrigues me. But you can't just look at a lineup card and say, we got it. There is more at play. There are more aspects to a baseball team. And we've seen it from these Red Sox this year. They do not defend well. They refuse to get better. They refuse. And I put that on Alex Cora. He has not made that part of the culture enough for the players to get the hint. It's on the front office, too. It's on the players, obviously. But Alex Cora needs to be the agent that changes the philosophy defensively. It starts in preseason, spring training. In the offseason, it starts with the message that you get across to the players. Yeah, we'll be fine isn't good enough. It's not fine. They're not good enough. They are not talented enough. They need to defend better, and they can't and won't. And they're certainly not going to get it from Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer, who is tiptoeing through the daffodils trying to catch a fly ball pop up in the infield. And Anthony Olay out in right field bullfighting. Not going to work. Not what the team needs. You better bat 600 if you're going to do stuff like that. Mark Dondero in for Joe Murray. Joe Murray Show 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe.
I was thinking about it. You know what the honest answer probably is? For me, personally, it's a personal. Brock Holt. Brock Holt. If we're talking about I mean, I don't follow there was probably a couple that I had their cards. And I was looking forward to them getting called up because I wanted their cards to get who was the guy whose card I had? Oh God. Kellenick? Jared Kellenick, you remember that name? I had his card before he sort of emerged. What was he, a Mets prospect, and then he went to the Mariners? That was a guy I made a little money on his card. So I was looking forward to him. But Brock Holt, in 2014, I want to say, I was working at a TV station in Providence. I legitimately, we had it was media day for the Paw Sox, and this guy was an older player. And I remember interviewing Brock Holt in Pawtucket, thinking to myself at the time, I feel bad for this guy. I feel bad for this guy because he's so old. He's just going to be a lifer in the minor leagues. And he eventually gets up to the Red Sox and he hits a couple of cycles, a postseason cycle. But you know what I just realized? That's not the right answer. The answer is not Brock Holt. The guy I was most excited to see get his chance in the major leagues, the prospect, was a player by the name of Alex Hassan. Okay? He played at BC High. He was in the Red Sox organization and I think had a cup of coffee in Boston. I know he got up to the Red Sox, had a few at-bats. But the reason I was so looking forward to him specifically getting his shot and hopefully becoming a star was because I struck him out in high school to win a game. 1-0 over Milton Legion.
Do you know what Alex Hassan is doing today?
I don't.
He is the assistant general manager of the Minnesota Twins.
Is he?
I just Googled it, yeah.
Wow.
So you could say you struck him out.
He's working with Rocco Baldelli.
Yeah.
So I actually you're probably going to be ashamed. I forget if I've told this story. So when he was in Pawtucket, I interviewed him once one-on-one after a game, but he was awful in the game. I forget if he struck out 4 times. It was a terrible game, or if he struck out to lose the game. I interviewed him. He was in a terrible mood. It was the only time I saw him one-on-one, and I figured that probably wasn't the time to remind him about how. And it was just funny what happened was, if he's, whatever, I wish him well. But he was playing for Milton Legion. They were a huge favorite. They were the 1 seed. We were like the 8 seed. And it was a 1-0 game, man on third, 2 outs for Milton. He was up, and he swung at a 1-1 pitch that hit him. He swung at the full swing. The pitch hits him. He starts going to first base. The ump calls him back. He's like, no, you swung. He comes back in the box. Next pitch at the knees. Strikes out looking to end the game. Tying run on third. We win 1-0. We go on to win the series. And that was my claim to fame as a pitcher. I struck out Alex. He was probably like 2 years younger than me at the time. He was a stud, obviously. He was playing. He was a freshman playing varsity at BC High, which never happens. Which obviously, he goes to the major leagues. But yeah, that was my So Alex Hassan is the answer. I don't. Other prospects I've never could be, and the reason is because the Red Sox always had, for the last 20 years or more, a good team. I didn't need to pin my hopes and dreams for the team on a prospect. Nomar was exciting. I don't know if I knew about him as much when he was coming up. When he arrived, he was exciting. 97 was a great year for him and me. That was the heyday of my fandom of baseball. 97 through 04. Now we're in a situation where we have to hinge our hopes and dreams for the Red Sox on 21-year-old kids because they refuse to spend money. They refuse to be the team that got them to all those World Series. And it's